Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we're going to take a look at the absolutely excellent ASUS ROG Strix Scope 2 NX. This comes with the snow switches, the ROG NX mechanical switches, which are pre-lubed. Very nice switches indeed, and these are a refined linear switch. There's two versions of this keyboard available on the market, one of which comes with the NX Snow, which is what we've got here, and also there's one that comes with the NX Storm. Now the NX Storm is for those of you that like those clicky switches. Those are very similar in design, but they're a refined clicky. This is a refined linear. So obviously you can make your choices either way. You have to really take into consideration what kind of switch feel you like and also what sort of sound. If you're going for the NX Snow, then you're looking more at a thocky sound. If you're going for the NX Storm, then you're going more for a clacky sound. Now, in full disclosure, I will say I have actually purchased this myself out of my own funds, and all the opinions you're going to be hearing are obviously going to be my own. I am genuinely really stoked with this keyboard. It's got a ton of positives, and for me, someone who is extremely picky with keyboards, it's only got two very minor downsides, which we'll cover later on in the video. So first of all, let's start off looking at the packaging and also the included accessories, because some of you that's going to be quite important. So when it comes to packaging, this is your typical ROG packaging. As you can see, this is the ROG Strix Scope 2, supports Aurora Sync, as you'd expect from an ASUS product. Also, it comes with pre-lubricated switches and stems and stabilisers, so it's all pre-lubricated. This is all done using the Krytox 205G0 lubricant, which is pretty much, I think, one of the gold standards when it comes to lubrication for switches and stabilisers. Also, it comes with PBT double shot caps, which I personally think they're absolutely fantastic. You've got a really nice legible font on there. It is a little bit on the robotic side, and for some of you, you may not appreciate that, but for me personally, I really like this, and if you're a fan of larger, clearer fonts, I think you're going to really appreciate this. And as I said, as you can tell from the packaging, this comes with the pre-installed ROG NX Snow switches, which is a mechanical switch and is classified as being a refined linear switch. With these, you're looking at 1.8 millimeters of actuation. Also, you've got 40 grams of initial force and about 53 grams to totally bottom it out. Alternatively, if you go with the Storm switches, those are a little bit harder to press. Still the same travel, 1.8 millimeters for the actuation. Then you've got 65 grams for the kind of tactile bump, and the force is the same all the way through the keystroke. On the back of the box goes over most of the same sort of features and tells you what the various keys and other functions of the keyboard itself. We'll go through all that in some detail. When it comes to accessories, not a huge amount here. No keycap puller or switch remover. There's also a warranty guide, which with ASUS's current thing, then that is yeah, let's not go into that. You also get a owner's manual. There are also some really nice ROG stickers, so do you wish to adorn your PC or any peripherals with those. There's also a USB Type-C to Type-A cable, 1.8 meters long, and also some ROG zip wrap on there to keep it tidy. And a nice feature, I quite like this, is a replacement ROG spacebar. So if you want to add a little bit more flair to your spacebar, you can replace the stock one with this nice ROG illuminated one, and it's got a nice texture to it also. As with all of them, these are all double shot PBT caps and have UV coatings on there, and also will resist shine and wear. Also, another nice touch is the fact that there is a magnetic wrist rest which is included, and this is fine if you're using it in the flat position or any of the other three positions. You do have adjustable feet on the back, which gives you various levels of incline to suit your typing needs. Whichever one you do, the wrist rest fits on absolutely fine. It's a shame that this isn't more padded. It is relatively hard plastic, although the top does have a sort of slightly rubberized feel to it, but in use is absolutely fine, and it is magnetic, so just attaches on. The magnets aren't particularly strong, but it will stay in place once in use. This is partly due to there being an actual ton of rubber on the back there, so you've got 6 positions for the rubber grippers on there, so it's going to stay nice and firmly in place on your desktop. Now I've just unplugged the keyboard because it is a detachable USB cable, as you've probably guessed already, and is USB Type-C. The USB Type-C connection is dead center in the middle, so that should be fine for most people. There's no options for cable routing, although I don't think that's really necessary on this type of keyboard. It's actually relatively compact for a full-size keyboard, and as you can see, this is in the UK layout, so we've got our larger L-shaped enter key, and obviously the appropriate letters for your pound sign, all that kind of stuff. There's quite a sharp cutoff from the keys at the bottom and also at the top, making it again somewhat compact, and you're looking at somewhere under 900 grams for the whole keyboard. Even though the top deck and the plastic undershell are, well, yeah, it's plastic. This top section, it looks like metal, but it isn't. It's actually a textured plastic. But having said that, it's still very good and extremely strong. There's basically zero flex in the deck whatsoever, and it isn't really heavy, so if you want to transport this around, you can do. There is actually an included cover as well, so if you want to stick it in your bag and protect it from dust and debris, you can put that on there to keep the dust out. On the back, as you can see, so we've got rubber stabilisers, 3 at the bottom end there, and we've also got them on the top, and also it's on each one of the legs. So if you go for the lower legs, that's also got the rubber dampeners on it as well, and also the larger one. These seem to be extremely strong and very, very good. I'm very impressed with those. There's a really nice kind of snap to them, which, yeah, it's a very high quality product. And also there's some nice texturing on the bottom of the keyboard, which is actually a real shame because you're basically never going to see it, but it's nice that they've shown that attention to detail and also added some of the ROG livery on it. So let's take a look at the layout of the keyboard, and something which for me personally is something which is really important is the fact that there is this rotary dial on the end. So this is a multi-purpose dial. You can use this in its default configuration for volume up and down, and also press the button in for mute and unmute. You can, if you want to, press the ROG button, which is next to the wheel, and that will cycle through 4 of the other available modes. So we've got the option for either volume control, as we've said. You can also use it as media control. There's also an option for changing the brightness, so you can set it in brightness mode and that will just choose the brightness up and down. And also there is an M mode, or like a user-defined mode, so you can use that in the software and configure it however you want to. We'll take a look at the software a little bit later on. So going back to the keyboard itself, fantastic layout. Again, for me, I'm really picky on keyboards. I like to have a nice, clean, crisp font on the keys. The only thing I would say is a slight downside for me personally, and it may be for you, is the fact that on some of the keys, such as the 9 and the 0, the additional things like the brackets, those aren't actually illuminated. They're just embossed on there. So sometimes in darker situations, if maybe you're looking for the $ or any of those other things, those are a little bit harder to get to, but if you're a decent typist, then you'll probably remember where those are anyway, so it's not a big deal. That, I think, is one of the small downsides for this particular unit. The other downside being the fact that the switches are soldered rather than being swappable, which is actually a real shame. Would have been nice, although I will say, because of how nice these switches feel, I don't think you're ever going to want to change them. They do feel absolutely amazing, and they actually feel very much like Hall effect switches, which I've used on another keyboard, which we reviewed previously. I'll put a link to that in the video description. It's just got a very, very nice feel to it, and we'll give you some examples of the typing sound a little bit later. So again, looking at the switches, we take a keycap off, which is nice and easy to do. The keycaps themselves, nicely done. Again, PBT, double shot. And also with the switches themselves, they've actually put walled switches on here. So you've got the traditional kind of Cherry MX style stems on there, but there's also a wall around the outside edge to give it that little bit of extra refinement, and also it massively reduces wobble. So they're extremely, extremely rigid in what they do, and they sound really nice. There's virtually no wobble to them whatsoever. And that also translates to the larger keys, such as your spacebar, shift keys, and also enter. These are using the ROG stabilisers, which again have been pre-lubed, all ready to go. And even with the spacebar, you press it at any point and the whole spacebar moves completely flat. So they've done a really good job with the stabilisers. I've got no complaints with the actual keys, the layout, the actuation, any of that. For me, it's pretty much bang on perfect. So now with the keyboard plugged back in, we can take a look at some of the RGB effects. I know some of you do like that kind of thing. So if we want to change the RGB effects without using the ASUS Armoury Crate software, you can do. There is a function key, and also you can use the arrow keys to go through. That will change your brightness up and down. So the up and down buttons are brightness, and the left and right buttons are to go through the various modes. So press the function key, It defaults to the rainbow puke, so if you go function key and left, you can go into the kind of Aurora flow type design, so it goes through the colors there like a rainbow, which is nice. Press it again and it goes to just a static color but with a flashing effect. Then if we press the key, go the other way, and you've got various effects which will illuminate with key presses, etc. You're probably seeing this for some B-roll I filmed a little bit earlier. So you've got per key lighting, as you'd expect from a keyboard like this. And then you've got things like rain effects, which are very nice. Yeah, and just various different illuminations. Of course, if you go into the Armoury Crate software, you can go into Aurora and you can basically configure this however you want to. It's also going to be compatible with things like Signal RGB and other RGB softwares. If you want to go into those and get creative, you certainly can do. But for me, I think this is absolutely great. Again, you can press the button there on the top to change between volume mode, play, pause, press it again, goes into brightness, so we can adjust the brightness should you wish to. Choice is yours, and then you've got the user defined modes as well. So now let's give you an example of the actual typing sounds, which I'm not the fastest typer, so I'm just going to stab away, but so there you go. Hopefully you get a good idea of what they sound like. The keys again and the space bar, stuff like that. Yeah. Very, very smooth indeed. No scratchiness or anything like that. Just a very, very nice feel. I really, really do like this keyboard in terms of its acoustics and its feedback. Very, very nice indeed. And actually it's made me a better gamer, believe it or not. Actually changing this keyboard and also my mouse to the ASUS ROG Impact 3 wireless, it's actually made an incredible difference to my gameplay. I was really surprised. Anyway, let's take a look at the Aurora software and you can take a look at what can be done in there. So if you go into the ROG Strix Scope 2, and here is the keyboard, so you can go in and you can customize your keys, which however you want to do. Various things there as you'd expect. You can also disable Alt and Tab and or disable Alt F4 should you wish to. In the lighting section, so you've got a little bit more choice here. So you've got the statics, the breathing, color cycles, etc. Rainbow, which is what we're on currently. You can also choose to use Aurora Sync, so it'll synchronize with your other Aurora devices that have been connected. Also got your multi-wheel, so you can go in there. So like we said, the first one is system volume. That chooses volume up, mute, unmute, volume down. You also got your media tracks, so you can go with the play pools, which is the depress, and previous track, next track will be rolling the scroll wheel up and down. You also got your keyboard brightness adjustment, does it in 5% increments. And then you've got your customizable things, so you can choose what it does from various things, mouse functions, open application, open website, various different things, or you can disable it in its entirety should you wish to. Also, for those of you that are wondering, with the system volume, when you actually use the roller, you'll notice here in system volume, it goes up in increments of 2 every click of the wheel. So if you want individual single figure ones, you can't do that, unfortunately. It goes up in 2s, as you can see there. So 30, roll it back, 28. So yeah, you get the general idea there. Just thought I'd make a note of that. Of course, with any of this, if you go wrong, just click on reset and it will reset it back to its factory defaults. Also, you can do firmware updates and stuff from the software should you need to. There actually is quite a few updates available. When you first plug it in, you'll get a firmware update and also some driver updates as well to keep it up to date with Windows. But overall, I think this is a really nice keyboard, really nice package, nice and easy to control the lighting and also do things with the multi-wheel. So yeah, happy days. Okay, so there you go. There is a look at the ASUS ROG Strix Scope 2 NX with the snow style switches. Again, don't forget, if you're not really keen on that kind of thocky feel and you want more of a clacky feel, then you can go with the NX Storm switches, which are the tactile switch. The NX Snow is the refined linear. Either way, I think you're going to be very happy with this keyboard. And of course, as always, we'll put some affiliated links in the video description below so you can check those out. Obviously, we do get a small kickback if you do make any purchases, so do bear that in mind. But I think with Amazon, if you go with that, you've got 30 days return, so you can get it, try it, see if you're as happy with it as I've been, in which case, yeah, I think you're going to really like this one. It's a great keyboard. It gives you the feel of a custom-built DIY keyboard, but for considerably less money. And you've got all those nice refinements such as high quality switches, high quality keycaps. You've got foam layers in between the keyboard as well to dampen it, to reduce the sound. So sound deadening is as standard. It sounds great, it looks great. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this keyboard indeed. Like I said, it would have been nice if the switches were hot swappable, so you could swap out switches easily, but I think with this, you're going to be very, very pleased with the switch feel. Again, if you like that sort of feel, either the clacky or the thocky, whichever one you go for. And also the fonts, I think, for the keys on the top row there, for the pound sign, dollar sign, etc. would have been nice if those were shining through rather than just being printed on. But I think those are very, very minor things. Overall, it's a very nice keyboard, detachable USB Type-C as you'd expect from premium keyboards. Overall, I really like this keyboard, if you haven't guessed already. And of course, like I said, there will be affiliated links in the video description, which we do make a small commission on. So if you want to help the channel, then make a purchase through those. Get it, try it, see what you think, and hopefully you'll like it. And hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, smash that like button. If you want to see more content of this on a daily basis, maybe consider hitting subscribe and the chime notification. That way you'll be notified of future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.